question. So, okay, I want a Mobility Plus cert. Where do I go? Like, so, I mean, obviously, it's mobilecomply.com. We've got, all the info out on our site and everything. Where do I go get this certification? Where do I go get this training?
After, we can do it online.
Okay.
We have a hybrid approach where we have an instructor that's online and they teach people while they're in a classroom setting.
Is it proctored exam only, or is it can you do the online test?
It is. It's proctor's exam only, and we provide the certification at a discount at the end of the class, so you can test out right at the end of our class. If you take our class and elect to do it after a 30-day period, then we provide a voucher that says you can get a discount, or you can just go to CompTIA and register on your own.
Okay.
And that's fine, but we obviously don't recommend that you do it without training.
Right.
Spoken like a true CEO.
Well, it's like, you can go get your PMP cert without the prep class, but
wasting money.
Do you is there, we always talk about the path and kind of, do you see it as step one in the process, or do you see it after you get your A plus network plus security plus, and then mobility plus is kind of like the home run, or do you see it, or you can do it as a standalone? I mean,
it sounds like, the way you're describing it sounds like a standalone.
It's
not really.
It is a standalone, but you need the one class. We have a class for the IT professionals, and then my subject matter experts are now doing the one that will go into the universities, which will give you a more foundational approach to networking. There are some things that you need to know to take our class as an IT professional. You need to have just the general
basic
knowledge.
Understanding of networking.
Yeah,
I think network and security.
Network and security, troubleshooting. Troubleshooting, believe it or not, troubleshooting is a big part of the exam, because if you think about all of the components, all of the components that are fitting together, you really need to know how to identify what to go to first. And that's a huge component of the exam, which is much different than the past CompTIA exams.
Does that word scare people away, the whole troubleshooting thing? Oh, if I get this cert, I'm just going to be on call for 24 hours a day.
Well, it's probably never been said until now, because we're the only people that offer the training.
Yeah, there you go.
But now that you put that out there, Jeff.
We won't say that anymore.
No, that actually feeds back into one of the conversations we were having last week about the whole cryptography thing. It's troubleshooting is Geek 101.
Oh, absolutely.
We don't like to be on call for it, but we love to do it.
It's like you want to take the phone apart just to see how it works, right?
Yeah. I took the lawnmower apart, and I may or may not be able to get it back together without pieces left over. Things happen.
That's right. Think about it with the bring your own device, though. The IT professional that just has the general knowledge of, let's just say, networks, and even if they have a very basic knowledge of iPad, just using that for example. Think of all the other devices that are coming in, and they suddenly become this huge troubleshooting expert.
Yep.
All of those who is what they're expected to do. Oh, do you know how to fix
subject matter expert?
Well, that's the danger of any IT job, or actually really any job in any office, is that as soon as you figure out why something's broken and how to fix it, you become, like, you touched it, you own it, you become the SME, you're the one that everybody's going to go to from now on.
But I think everybody's
such a joke we always say, hey, what do you do for a living? I design websites. Hey, can you fix my computer?
Right.
I get asked that. I sell computer. I don't know.
Right.
Oh, you work for Cisco? My piece of crap router at home keeps
I've had people hand me laptops, fix it. Like, what?
Here's my Linksys router. You guys bought them, right?
Yeah, exactly. No.
So, I guess, so who's your target audience then? where and so the who, like, who should be coming and checking this out? What are the costs associated with it? And when do these classes run? Is it a week? Is it a month? Is it 3 months? Is it?
No, these are they're standard 5-day courses.
Okay.
We have 3 types of course. You can do a hybrid where you can have the instructor and online.
Okay.
Or we do in-person training.
So instructor meaning I go to a facility and I sit in a classroom?
The hybrid is actually done online. So you get to see.
So it's a hybrid of online and online?
Yes. You can, the instructor
No, Dave, there's this thing called the internet. You can actually interact with somebody online. There's like
highly
a face.
overrated.
Yeah, right. It's a fan. It's a fan. Yeah.
Rap music, color TVs. Meh.
I had WebEx day today. Don't even go there with everything.
It's just
7 hours. 7 hours of WebEx.
Yeah, it would be just like that.
Yeah.
It would be sitting in front of the computer having.
It's like no different than going to an online conference, right? I mean, you got a window in the corner, picture in picture. Whatever.
And you just ask, "Are you wearing pants, please?"
Yeah, don't pan down.
That would be
don't
a
pan down.
question.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
True.
That's rule number 1.
Here are my pink fuzzy bunny slippers.
Brought to you by
dress shirt. I'm in my risky business outfit right now.
my nice pink dress shirt and no pants. Yeah. So
business on top, party on the
5
bottom.
days.
Yeah, well, that's for the hybrid. And then we also have the online course where you can take it at any time you want, as long as you meet a 14-day requirement. So you have
I sign up, I do it, I have to finish in 14 days.
14
Gotcha.
days. We also have the in-person, so you can come to our facility and train.
Okay.
And the certification only launched 3 weeks ago. We've been developing with CompTIA for 9 months now. And so anybody that gets this certification now will be one of the first in the world. So we're really targeting now. I know. Isn't that great? Say that again. Put that in the intro.
So that's an interesting point, though,
That actually is
because
kind of cool.
if it just came out 3 weeks ago, I mean, do people know?
Is it recognized?
Is it recognized?
known?
Yeah. Is it hold value?
Well, but I think that's the benefit. That's the benefit of CompTIA. That's the benefit of partnering with them. Yeah.
So the training itself is a $1,500 training. We're running specials to the end of the year, so we've got them for $900.
Cyber Monday specials. Come on, call it right.
That's right.
We did the Black Friday.
Nobody died though.
Yes.
Dave's got a new toy.
The cost of the cert itself to sit for the exam is $260.
Okay.
But it goes to CompTIA. And then we are able to give a discount because we're their partners.
Okay.
To anybody that takes it.
So if it just came out 3 weeks ago, do you already have a class in progress? Do you already have people that are in the mix doing it that have already gone through it?
We flew out to DC last week and did one of the federal agencies. We've already done
help them with healthcare.gov or
I am refraining from
the mobile interface for
that. Mobility now.
Yeah, that's right. Can't get free healthcare on my iPhone.
No, I think I know you're trying to get the details out, but it comes down to everybody's a spoiled SOB these days. They said, I want it on whatever device I buy, and I want it now. And I think that's what the whole thing boils down to.
Well, I mean,
how do you fix that?
The whole website 5-second rule has now become the 2-second rule for devices.
How many times have we go ahead.
No, and if you want to say it from, yes, it's really nice for a developer or for anybody in the networking space to get this because it is a credential not a lot of people have. But if you're a CIO or you're in a government agency, I mean, it's a good tactic to be able to CYA,
True.
Right, absolutely.
We have a certification showing that our people are trained to do this, and if there's a mistake, it's not because we didn't put the money into training them.
Yeah, your business network is no longer just cable running through the walls. It's now people walking around with cell phones.
Right, and a lot of
making sure they're secure, too.
A lot of the IT directors now, their bosses are coming in and saying, make this work. They've not been trained in this because I went to grad school and I have a computer science degree, but you know what? That was way back before the mobile even started.
We majored in WordPerfect and we got an IT job.
Yes.
I built websites.
At Wayne State, I was taught COBOL for crying out loud.
Could you do that with mobile? Well,
I don't know. The first mainframes are still running, so I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. No, I got my first sysadmin job was because I was the only person they talked to that knew both Wang and BC.
What'd you say?
Wang. Both that. But that's why. Like they were on a Wang Speed 2 mainframe. They wanted to get to a PC world. I'm the only person.
Hey, we're coming up to a break. We're going to talk more with Elaina from Mobile Comply.
Before we do, though, so it is mobilecomply.com is where they can find all the information about this.
Mobilecomply.com and mobilitytraining.com.
Mobility Plus Training.
Mobilityplustraining.com. Thank you, Amber.
See, that goes to our conversation we had at the bar to get the keyword .com and point it.
Right. Yes,
the custom domains.
All right. We're going to come back with Nathan with Detroit Labs and a little bit with Elaina. This is
and Amber's just lurking in the background. We'll drag her more back in.
As a great marketing person.
This is the IT. This is the IT and the D show.
We'll be right back.
No, forget the glass, Woodhouse. Just give me the pitcher. For I am a sinner in the hands of an angry God. Bloody Mary, full of vodka, blessed are you among cocktails. Pray for me now, and at the hour of my death, which I hope is soon. Amen.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
We need to have a Last Dragon party.
The Shogun.
Find a movie theater that serves beer that will do Last Dragon like midnight on Friday. We need to have a party.
Apparently Imagine had like grandiose plans for opening like the biggest screen in a theater ever in Roseville at the old where the Kmart was.
Yeah, they're moving to Macomb Mall now.
Well, they canceled it though because
how do you move a mall?
No, they're moving the Imagine to Macomb Mall.
Oh, well, no, they were going to, but apparently Kmart wanted $3 million for something that had a $500,000 valuation the last time around, and they were like, "Yeah, no,
Awesome.
canceled."
Yeah. See, I grew up at there used to be a drive-in where the Sam's Club is on Little Mac and 13, and now they're putting the Imagine there.
Excellent.
Great story, Bob.
Thanks for the call, Bob.
Yeah, thanks for the call.
So here we are back at the IT and the D show.
Welcome back for all 2 listeners.
Exactly. The phone number that no one will use is 313-462-0107. You can find us on Twitter at IT and the D. You can hit us on Facebook at facebook.com/IT and the D. And then coming back this time around, we're going to dive in with Nathan Hughes, Nate, of Detroit Labs. And I got to tell you, man, I take a look at your About Us page, and it sounds like every geek's wet dream to come work for you. That's
intentional.
Well,
that's what we try to do.
Well, because I mean, it's all about the people and the cool stuff going on, and you're going to be autonomous and you're going to have your own stuff. And I would honestly call you out for being full of shit. But we've had Erica in here who's told us that no, it's really legit.
Yeah. And Erica's a great story. Erica applied twice, and the first time we said no.
Really?
Yeah.
She didn't tell us that part of the story.
Dumb guy.
That was actually Mark's story. Remember when we had Stanislav in here?
That's right, Stanislav.
No, for dumb guy in the room, fill me in.
About
Erica, autonomous, like the whole story. I don't get what you're.
Well, autonomous means that you get to operate on your own.
I get that.
Well, I got to judge this. I mean, you don't know how planes fly.
It's a Montessori. I don't. It's a Montessori company. Is that? I get that.
They're not taking funds from the government.
So I guess that's the good intro. So Nate, tell us about Detroit Labs and what you guys are doing and why. Like I said, I mean, it seems like one of the geeks that we know and love and trust, Erica, is all about you at this point.
She's awesome. Detroit Labs is a mobile development company. So we build iPhone apps, we build Android apps, we built a Windows app. I'd like to say we built 100% of the BlackBerry apps that we've been asked to build.
for the four people.
I feel sorry. I used to be a BlackBerry. I was thinking about that too when we were talking of Bring Your Own, and in my head I'm thinking, well, yeah, BlackBerry really got hit by that because they were
absolutely.
They were wonderful. They were the enterprise.
They were the corporate.
They were the go-to enterprise corporate.
Well, and even the government is getting away from them now. They just 270,000 devices they're dropping.
That's my favorite newspaper article of all time.
Yeah.
9,000 rim jobs lost.
It wasn't the Microsoft SOAR after being back-end penetrated by the NSA.
That's even funnier. I still prefer
but directly related.
Right. I still prefer rim losing employment positions.
So
anyway,
you guys are downtown, and you actually just recently.
Where was I?
Yeah. So you're downtown, and you just recently moved to a new facility because you outgrew the Madison building, your little shared space there.
As surprising as it might be, Detroit Labs is actually in Detroit, in the city of Detroit.
Shocker! No.
Yeah. And we started in 2011, and we took over and commandeered a few desks over in the CompuWare building on some of the Quicken Loans.
Well, I didn't
realize you started in the CompuWare building first.
We had always planned to start in the Madison. The Madison opened, I think, in July.
Okay, so yeah, it was chicken and the egg type of thing, right?
And we were, we're affiliated with DVP, Detroit Venture, and all of that. But then we started doing the business stuff, and we all had full-time jobs, and it was very startup-y. And we started getting projects, so we're like, well, we should probably do something with the projects, and we started a little early, and we just found some desks that we could commandeer in Quicken Loans, and they moved, like the interns came and they moved us over here next to the paper puncher, and the paper puncher, like we got another new machine.
You moved my stapler.
Yeah, exactly. I was told I could listen to my music at a reasonable
why don't you go over in this corner here? And so we moved a couple times, and then we started out in the Madison building. We were the second official tenant in the Madison building on the second floor, and we were there for about a year. Maybe a year and a half. We had 18 desks, and we moved there. We had to look at all the space, and we're like, well, all of us should sit in one side because you don't want to spread out and have all this room, right? And I mean, you'll have
Right.
lonely, and it'll be
Right.
there's so few people compared to all this space. And when we left, we had 32 people
Nice.
in this 18-person spot.
So you left a nice
Yeah, I remember,
vacuum.
like, Erica and Mary Beth
man.
were like, these are like warm desks. It's like a bunk on a submarine.
Massive humanity. It was. I wouldn't say it smelled, but I mean, you do